What's up, Cleveland? I am back. This is my second week of doing NFL pick'ems. This is week 7 NFL. Week 6 ended pretty well for me. I ended up predicting 11 of 14 in my last video. Was perfect until Sunday night games, and then I missed on the Sunday night game and the two Monday night games. So we're going to get right back into this. I'm actually doing this one earlier than last week. I'm actually going to fit the Thursday night game in. I found time to do this. So the first one we are getting to is the Thursday night game, which is tomorrow. It's going to be NFL North rivals Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Even with the addition of Flacco out there in Cincinnati, I still don't think they have what it takes to beat Pittsburgh without Burrow. I'm going to pick Pittsburgh in this one, as much as it hurts to say. Aaron Rodgers doing something special out there in Pittsburgh. I think they have a chance to go pretty far. I think this might be his last season, so I'm hoping the best for him, even though I hate the Steelers. But yeah, Pittsburgh over Cincy. Next week is going to be, or the next game is going to be the London game, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Rams, Jaguars. Jacksonville, us Cleveland Browns have their first pick next year, so I am really hoping they go to a downhill spiral. Rams, unfortunately, they have a few injuries, but you know what? I think they're going to pull this one off. I think they're going to beat up on Jacksonville down there, so I'm going to go Rams over Jacksonville. Next game, onto the 1 o'clock slate. New Orleans, Chicago. I'm not picking New Orleans at all this year. I will not pick them until stuff changes down there. I think they are in a fire sale. I think they're actively shopping Kamara, Olave. I have a feeling they're going to lose a couple big names down there in the next week or so in trades. I don't think they want to win. I think they want a better pick. I know they need a better answer at quarterback, so I think they're doing their best to make sure they have the best odds of getting the quarterback they want next year in the draft. So I'm going to go Chicago over New Orleans. And then we're going to move on to my Cleveland Browns over the Miami Dolphins. That one is going to be probably the closest game we've had this year. I still don't know how we squeaked out that win against Green Bay. But I think I'm actually going to go with Cleveland on this one. I think the Browns are going to pull this one off. I think their defense is, if they show up this week, I think they're going to beat up on the Dolphins. I think Tua is going to get sacked 4 or 5 times. I think it's going to be ugly on the defensive side of the ball. We just need the offense to show up and actually score. Would really like to get past that 17-point mark. So I'm going to go Cleveland over Miami. The next game is going to be New England, Tennessee. Vrabel's return to Nashville. Titans fired him. He goes up to, well, he spent a year with us in Cleveland. Got hired by New England. And he's doing something special up there. I think he's got a good crew. I think the offense is rolling. I think they're back. Patriots are going to go far this year. I think they got a legitimate chance to make it into the playoffs pretty deep. My pick is going to be New England over Tennessee. Tennessee made a couple moves this week. They fired their coach. I don't think they know who they want down there. My guess is if they go with someone that's available now, I guess I'm going to go. My biggest favor going down there is probably McCarthy, but we'll see. Next game is going to be Kansas City, Las Vegas. Picked against Kansas City last week. It bit me in the butt. So I'm thinking I can't pick Las Vegas in this one. Kansas City's going to whoop on them. Las Vegas just isn't the team we thought they were. I bet Chip Kelly's regretting leaving Ohio State right now for this. But Kansas City is definitely going to win, I think. and I think it's going to be ugly. The next one's going to be Philadelphia, Minnesota. This one's about 50-50 with me, but I'm not going to I'm not going to pick against Philadelphia right now. I think they're on a rollback. I think they're going to beat Minnesota. So my pick's definitely Philadelphia. Then we go into Carolina Jets game. The Jets are terrible right now. Definitely not picking them. Picked Carolina over Dallas last week in a little bit of an upset. Ended up coming true. It's a great game. Carolina, I think, is going to do it again this week. So Carolina's my pick. Next, we're going to go to, let's see here. What's the next game? Giants, Broncos. I finally benched Bo Nix. Sam Darnold's doing too good out there in Seattle. Had to put him in my fantasy team. Bo Nix is going to sit on my bench for now. I don't think they have what it takes to beat the Giants. I think the Giants are found something special out there with that Jackson Dart Scatterboo pick. I think they're going to run all over Denver. I think between the two of them guys, I think they're going to account for at least 3 rushing touchdowns. But I'm going to go Giants over Broncos. And then here comes my next game. It's going to be Indianapolis Chargers. Indianapolis, it's kind of my quiet Super Bowl pick for the year. Really like what they're doing out there. Daniel Jones is proving that he wasn't as terrible as the Giants made him look. Goes to show you what getting moved to a new team can do for you. But as much as I think Herbert has the chance of beating them, I'm still going to go with the Colts. I'm hoping they win. I'm hoping they win big. Think it's going to be a close game, but my hopes are up. Next, we're going to go Washington, Dallas. As much as I'd like to say Washington's going to win this, I think Dallas is going to pull this one off. They need to start winning. They need to do something. They got that first-year head coach out there. Record's not looking too good. They lost last week to Carolina. I think they squeaked this one out. I think it's going to be a close game. It's hard to root against, or it's hard to pick against Dak unless he's in the playoffs. So I'm going to go Dallas. And then we go Green Bay, Arizona. Minus the Cleveland game, I think Green Bay is legit this year. I don't think Arizona has the ability to stop Green Bay. Not saying Arizona's not going to score. I'm just saying Green Bay's offense is going to run all over them. So I'm going to go Green Bay over Arizona. And we got 2 more games left. Let's see here. We move into the Sunday night game. Sunday night is Atlanta, San Francisco. Atlanta's kind of proven me wrong. Bijan's a beast. Last week was amazing what he did. I think in my fantasy league, I think he scored like 40 points, which is ridiculous. I'm actually going to pick Atlanta over San Francisco on the Sunday night game. I think it's going to be a great game. A lot of scoring. I'm hoping. As much as defense is important, I hate defensive games. I hate when they're low scoring. I love shootouts. So Atlanta. And then we go Monday night. There's 2 Monday night games this week. I'm actually off Monday and Tuesday, so I get to stay up late and watch them. The first Monday night game is Tampa, Detroit. I am not picking against Baker. I don't care what anyone says. Baker's amazing. It took leaving Cleveland to prove who he was as a quarterback. I think he has a legitimate shot at winning MVP this year. I think he has a legitimate shot at making it to the Super Bowl. And I think he has a legitimate shot at winning as long as people can get healthy and then remain healthy. He won last week with, I think his number 1 wide receiver was their 4th string wide receiver. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, as good as the Lions are, I think Baker runs all over them. And then we come to the final game of the week, Houston, Seattle. This isn't even a question in my mind. Seattle's legit this year. Seattle snatched up Sam Darnold in the offseason. Sam Darnold's another quarterback that's proving to me that he wasn't as terrible as people thought he was when he was on the Jets. He went up to Minnesota, did good. I still don't know why Minnesota would let him walk. I don't understand that one. I don't care how much trust you have in that rookie that you drafted out of Michigan, J.J. McCarthy, that got injured. The kid's coming off a knee injury, really hadn't played much, and you're going to tell me you're going to let a quarterback that led you to what they have last year, 14 wins, just walk? I don't understand that one up there in Minnesota. But either way, Sam Darnold's I think he's going to run all over Houston, and I'm going to go Seattle over Houston. I'm hoping my Monday night games are a little better this week. Pretty excited I'll actually be able to watch the late games. Don't have to worry about waking up butt-ass crack of dawn to go to work. So we will see how those play out. Cleveland, a little rundown of them playing Miami this week. Legitimate chance of winning, I hope. Following week we play New England. We're not winning that game. No shot in hell. Vrabel's going to beat the dog piss out of us, I believe. But we will see what happens this week with Cleveland. Hoping for the best, praying for the best, expecting the worst. Life of a Browns fan. I mean, you can't get your hopes up anymore. Changes need to be made up there in Cleveland. Stefanski needs to get rid of play calling. I know there's a lot of call for Stefanski to get fired. I don't think he should be fired at all. At least not yet. Do not fire a coach in the middle of the season. I don't understand why teams do that. I mean, like Tennessee just fired their coach. They had the first pick. So you knew you were bad. You were bad enough to have the first overall pick. You pick a rookie quarterback, and then you fire your coach. So now in that rookie quarterback first 2 years, he's going to have 2 head coaches. Obviously, probably a whole new offensive and defensive coordinator scheme. All new coaching staff for the second year in a row. How does somebody get their feet wet? I mean, it's like Cleveland. Baker. How many coaches did he go through when he was in Cleveland? It's ridiculous. Stefanski needs to give his power of play calling back to the people the team's paying all this money to see what they can do. Why pay them the money if they're not going to call the plays? How do you hold a offensive coordinator responsible for what the offense is doing if you're not going to let them run the plays you want them to run? You're responsible for coaching them all week, getting them ready for the game, and then you come into the game and you can't even pick what they're running. It blows my mind that they do that up in Cleveland. And no one has ownership as hands-on as he wants to be. I don't know why he hasn't stepped in and said, listen, unless you want to walk, you're going to learn to let somebody else call the plays. It can't be worse. We're already losing. But I am going to get off here. I am done with week 2 pick'ems for this. We'll see how we do. I will see you guys week 8 NFL, my week 3 pick'ems. I'm going to keep a running tally. Again, love doing this. Love Cleveland. All Cleveland sports. Let's go Buckeyes. Let's go. Thanks, Cleveland.